Hello everyone, today we are going to show you how the iRoom will look like after construction. It will be located in KB 531. Someone may ask, why not 526 or 528? Well, 526 is a lecture theatre and is too big to achieve effective teaching. 528 is theoretically a studio, but practically a lecture place which is too noisy for teaching. The size of 531 is just large enough to accommodate about 15 people, which is sufficient to cater for the demand and is fit for small group teaching. All students will be allowed to use the room after booking.
Concerning the iRoom we have in this room, we will have three objectives. We name it IFC, which is interactive, flexible, and comfortable. For interactiveness, we will install 3 smart boards in each room. They are Epson Breitling 450 WI interactive smart boards, which allow our associates, staff, and students to exchange their ideas using this smart board. Unlike other existing smart boards in the market, this smart board provided by Epson will also accompany a stylus pen with us, which makes instantaneous communications possible in just a blink of an eye. In addition to the smart boards we make in the room, we will also have a full set of video conferencing system provided by Cisco Systems. The selected system will be the TX9000 series that allow our remote control possible, which brings our professors, students advantages. For example, professors can have interviews with overseas students during the selection procedure, and our students can also give presentations through the internet. With its high-resolution camera and the intelligent recording system with active echo cancellation, communication can also be assisted like never before. Then we will also have 3D printers in the room, which can provide us to create physical models in a blink of an eye, allowing us to overview the product of the whole project at a controlled cost. Then we will have features enhancing the flexibility of our iRoom. Here we proudly introduce the movable partition wall provided by an American indoor solution company called Hufker. This movable partition wall allows us highest utilization of the room when the rooms are inadequate. They are an embodiment of innovation and aesthetics, at the same time isolating the rooms by the double glazed panel system for our students to perform different functions in the room with the required privacy level. Let's have a short video watching the performance of our proposed movable partition walls.
Other than the movable partition wall, we will have another flexible feature which is lights with motion sensor. This provides sufficient lights for the students and professor. Together with the motion sensor, this can save energy and be flexible for use. When there is occupants in use, the room will turn on the lights automatically, and when there is no occupant inside the room will turn off the lights automatically. And let's come to our final objective, the comfortable part. Cozy chair and modern table will be provided to act as a comfortable working place for the students for discussion and work. An access control will be installed outside the room. The access control provides an easy and secure access to the room. Students and professors need to present their cards on the device in order to unlock the door. This ensures a safe and comfortable environment for students without any disturbance from the others. And basic fire safety service will also be provided inside the room to ensure fire safety inside the room. and to reach the requirements of the Fire Safety Ordinance, which fire extinguishers, fire alarms, smoke detector, emergency lighting, and sprinkler will be provided inside the room. And we believe that by all of the above-mentioned features, this can reach our objectives IFC, which are interactive, feasible, and comfortable.
Throughout the project, VDC is used for building the iRoom. VDC refers to the management of integrated multidisciplinary performance models as defined by the Stanford University in the USA. It can show all the products, processes, and actors, which are the stakeholders involved in the project. It emphasizes that data should be computer-based so that it can be accessed easily and shared easily between the professionals. It has great value for application in the room. It helps to facilitate learning of construction of BIM, which is a crucial element in VDC. However, there is a limit, as the U has little experience in teaching construction using VDC. Moreover, it can only benefit students in the faculty of architecture only. As for the value, for application in practice, it acts as a communication tool, help for see potential problems and visualize the final products. However, the limits are that VDC is not popular yet. Some time has to be allowed for them to know what VDC is.
Now I'm going to introduce the POP model. POP refers to product, organization, and process. It is used to clarify the definition and details of a specific project. The POP modeling includes the function, form, and behavior of the product, organization, and process. By POP modeling, the manager can review the aspects to be developed in a building or room easily. Next, we are going to introduce our POP model first for the product part. The products we are going to include will be divided into 3 objectives, which will include interactive, flexible, and comfortable. To show how our product model works, I will take Smartbox as an example. As you can see in the function part, it shows the function of the Smartbox, which is allow interactive and easy delivery and record of information during teaching and meetings. And in the form part, it shows the number of Smartbox and the model number, in which 2 fixed and 4 movable Smartbox with projector will be installed. And in the behavior part, it shows the cost of the products, which will be 16,000 times 6. Other products will be included as the same as mentioned in the previous part, and details are shown in the model.
Then for the organization part. The POP model shows the whole organization and different parties involved in the project. There are quantity surveyors, main contractor, consultants such as architect and engineer, and different contractors such as demolition contractor and nominated by services contractor and so on. All their expected behaviors and functions are listed. For example, we expect that the architect will prepare the design and floor plan of the project and obtain institutional approval, and he will have the estimated percentage sharing.
Here comes the process chart. It shows the duration and details of all the work processes in the project. The work process which takes the longest time is the acquisition of equipment, as ordering and delivery of equipment takes a lot of time.
BIM model is used via Autodesk Rivet. We have rendered some pictures showcasing our features in the iRoom. We will use BIM model to enhance anticipating relationship between time and space, construction sequence planning, and also interaction between workers and machines.
After talking about the objectives models we use, here comes the most important part, the design of the iRoom. Looking at the drawing of the iRoom, it is a rectangular shaped rooms having 8 meters times 10 meters. And it is divided into 2 halves by the movable partition wall, forming 2 small rooms in 8 meters times 5 meters. The iRoom is divided in a symmetric way such that the two rooms have the same layout, design, and equipment. Each small room is installed with an automatic door, and hence there are totally 2 automatic doors installed for the iRoom. Both of the doors are facing the same corridor. At the right here, the lift lobby. Each small room will be equipped with 3 smart boards. That one will be mounted on the wall, and the other 2 are movable smart boards standing on the ground. Thus, there are totally 6 smart boards in the iRoom. Also, there will be 1 3D printer in each of the small rooms, located at the top side and the bottom side of the drawing. Of course, as a place for work, conference, and communications, working station will be provided. There are totally 2 working stations in each small rooms, and each working station is composed of 4 chairs, 1 table, and 1 video conferencing camera, and 4 laptops, with the latest versions of softwares installed, such as Autodesk Revit, CAD, Adobe Photoshop and Premiere, etc. One of the remarkable features in the iRoom is the 3D printer. 3D printing is also known as desktop fabrications. It can form any material that can be obtained as a powder. To create an object, you need a digital 3D model, and the digital 3D model is usually saved in STL format and then sent to the printer. The process of printing a 3-dimensional object layer by layer with equipment is quite similar to the inkjet printers. With 3D printing, iRoom users like engineers, architects, and surveyors can now experiment with new ideas and numerous designs with no extensive time and tooling expense. They can decide if the product concept are worth to allocate more resource or not. The next remarkable features in the working stations is the video conferencing camera. With the conferencing camera, 2 or more locations are allowed to communicate by simultaneous 2-way video and audio transmissions. It is a kind of visual collaboration. This technology reduces the need to travel to bring people together. Besides, the chairs, tables in the working station are movable, such that users can sit in any position and form their groups according to the pattern they like.
As shown in this random picture, 2 automatic doors are to be installed in the doorway, with 2 small panels, which is to use to control the access of the iRoom. Every time when students or professors want to access the iRoom, they only have to gently place the smart cards on top of the smart panel, and then the automatic door will recognize them and allow the access. All basic fire services installation will be provided in the iRoom. In this picture, we can see there are fire extinguisher, fire alarm, emergency lighting presented in the iRoom for the sake of complying with the related ordinance. A light switch is presented to control the intensity of lighting inside the iRoom. And again, there is an emergency lighting at the doorway in case of a fire and no illumination provided by the lighting system. The emergency light will provide a strong source of light at the doorway, directing the occupants to leave the room safely. Fire sprinklers and light sensor will also be installed at the ceiling of the iRoom. In case of a fire, the sprinklers could help put off the fire and contain the situation. A light sensor allows occupants to turn the fluorescent lights on and off without the need of fiddling around with any control panel. Here's one of the separated iRoom with full view. As mentioned before, each section of the iRoom would have 3 smart boards, 2 movable and 1 fixated on the wall, allowing to show 3 screens at the same time. This feature of the iRoom provides a great convenience to the occupants. For instance, they can showcase the BIM models the schedules and specifications simultaneously at the same time, and they can alter the files and documents directly through the smart boards. This can definitely facilitate communication in any projects. Last but not least, the aforementioned glass partition is used to separate the iRoom. When it's not deployed, the maximum number of occupants which can be accommodated by the iRoom is 16. When it is deployed, such smaller iRoom can accommodate up to 8 occupants, and when necessary, the transparent glass partition can turn into opaque or blurred, providing privacy for occupants.
Here we come to the organization details. First of all, for the procurement method, we decided to use traditional method for the construction project. There are four main reasons for this method. First is the ability for the client to control the design and thus ensure the quality of design. And for this method, all parties are familiar with, and therefore it gives the least arguments between the parties. Besides, price certainty can be achieved when it is used with bills of quantities. This is the organization chart that we propose. As seen from the chart, there are 4 nominated subcontractors under the main contractor, namely IT specialists, floor and wall contractor, lighting system contractor, as well as the nominated fire service contractor. As for the demolition work, it is achieved by the demolition contractor, which is built from the main contractor and is directly linked to the client. The rationale of the separation is that we want to allow the demolition work to be done before the completion of tender of main contractor, and thus lead to earlier start. Selective tendering will be the most suitable method in this project, just because it helps lower the price by competition. Meanwhile, the quality can be maintained. It is recommended to use lump sum contract together with bills of quantity, and the form of contract will be 2005 Standard Form Building Contract. The advantage behind are to ensure price certainty and to reduce disputes. These are the working schedule as well as the Gantt chart. Together with the design stage, the duration of the whole project is estimated as 18 days. The to-be completion date will be 13th of June this year. Now, let's have a look on the animation of the demolition work. All the furniture will be demolished first. After that will be the doors and floor. And this is the animation for the proposed construction project. The movable partition wall and the automatic doors will be set up first, followed by the lighting system. After that, intelligent products will then be accommodated. And this is the 4D animation for the iRoom from another viewing angle.
Here comes the business purposes of all the models we used. For pop model, it allows symbolic models to be built before a large amount of money is spent. It also helps stimulate the complexities of the project. It can also help us understand and analyze the pitfalls beforehand. It can show the business objectives clearly. it can also help understand the interactions between the products, process, and organizations, as it can show the details of the project using the pop chart. As for BIM, it helps facilitate sharing of information and collaboration as many software, such as Revit, has provided. It can also convert 2D drawings to 3D models, so that a 3D model can be generated when a change is made. In other words, it helps foresee the picture of a completed project. For the organization chart, it can help identify respective responsibilities and relationships between different parties. That means through the organization chart, we can see who can give order to who and who must take order from who. It can also help understand the spread of risk, such as who will take the risk of delay of completion of work. And as for the Gantt chart and 4D animation, it enables better time management and shortens the construction time. As it has made the full use of time, it can also predict and avoid potential time clashes. The construction sequence is also known beforehand, so that the resource allocation work can be done better. The collective benefits of all are great. It can help review the whole project at an earlier stage. It can also assist in project management and increase efficiency. The facilitation of information sharing between different parties involved in the project is also one of the benefits. Due to the Gantt chart, it can also help us prevent time clash to save cost and time. It can also enable better understanding from a clear representation of information through the pop chart.
For the foreseeable risk, there are two major risks in the project. Time delay will be the first one. There are really chances for the work process falling behind the schedule. It may be due to the delay of acquisition of materials or the equipment, or due to insufficient workers. Then, who are proposed to address the problem? The answer is main contractor and the client. The main contractor should strictly follow the schedule and order the materials earlier, whereas the client should allow time for buffering for the project. Another risk is the unexpectedly high tendering price. Since the technology of BIM is not very mature currently, the contractors may be lack of understanding on that and may give a relatively high tender price during the tendering stage. The client is inevitably responsible for the risk. What the client can do is just to promote the long-term benefits of using BIM in construction through communication, so that the contractor may give a more reasonable tendering price. This not only helps in this project, but also good for the projects in the future. In this project, the first decision maker is the client, who is to set the design requirement and specify the limit budget. The second one is main contractor, who is to manage and coordinate the whole project.
For the financial budget, we define the budget into 10 different parts, such as preliminaries, external wall, internal wall, floor, ceiling, door, furniture, electronic items, clearing, contingency, and consultancy fee. The total construction cost will be about 1.24 million, and it is a reasonable and acceptable one.
There is a message that we want to convey here. That is, most construction projects in Hong Kong stick to the use of traditional methods from the inception stage to the construction stage. They are reluctant to use new ways of doing things and ignore the potential benefits of doing things in a new way. In this iRoom example, VDC is used, and as we can see, benefits such as the foresee and avoid all potential problems can be done if VDC is used. Therefore, we highly encourage the use of new ways of thinking. A good example would be the MTR Express Railway West Kowloon Terminal Station, which uses beam for construction of the underground and the rooftop. The use of beam helps simulate the underground situation and greatly reduces the uncertainty. As we can see, using new methods can sometimes bring you some advantages. That's all for our presentation. Thank you. Here comes our reflection part. I'm Ronald Chen, the group leader. This iRoom project gave me a very different impression about Studio. In the past, I thought Studio was just a course giving you the chances to compile reports similar to the work did by the professionals. In this project, I had a good opportunity to make use of certain software and models related to real estate, such as the VDC and the POT model. This gives me a feeling that we are the professionals and doing the practical work, not the theoretical work anymore. It gave me chances to get myself exposed to the real world, not the theories on the books. I'm grateful to have this project finished. This project allowed me to know a lot more about the real work practices.
I'm very warm, and as far as the task goes, I appreciate the chance for me yet again to sort of engage into fiddling around with the Autodesk Rivet and have a glimpse on one of the most inspiring software, the Deisgn, and it encouraged me more to use more of this technology so that I can facilitate myself into the construction industry sometime in the future. So that because it's the trend for using BIM model in the surveying practice, and using these softwares can sometimes be very frustrating, and you encounter a lot of problems. So I learned a lot how to tackle with the problems from this studio. And personally, I think the studio is more of an interior design project rather than surveying practice. And it would be even better if we can learn more about how we use BIM model to facilitate QS surveying practice.
Hello, this is Brian from Studio Group 1. After a whole semester of collaboration in different topics, I would say I have learned a lot, especially in this VDC studio, as this studio project exposed me a lot of opportunities to contact with different models that help us to make strategies in the design stage of the project timeline. On the other hand, though I have hard times during the project as I am not very proficient enough to fully utilize the 4D animated building information modeling softwares, but I would still appreciate this opportunity I have. And I would still like to say thank you to all of us in our group, as we have different long and shorts, but we all collaborated to make the projects real. Coincidentally, this studio project is the last studio project in our second semester, and this video studio project absolutely marked a perfect ending to our second year learning, and I would say thank you all.
I'm Clara. In this project, we're introduced to different new terms such as VDC, POP model, Gantt charts, and 4D animation. I'm very impressed by the VDC and POP model. In fact, when I first came to this model, I didn't understand what it really is. However, when we started to work on it, I found it useful to link different factors and parties together. It is a creative method for us to present ideas clearly. Since the VDC and POP model are getting more and more popular in the industry, it is very useful for us in our future career. Finally, although it is a bit rushed for us to complete the whole project within a limited time, I've learned a lot in this scenario. Thank you.
I'm Derek Low. To be honest, the workload for this project is a bit heavy, but I did learn a lot with regard to the virtual construction and design. This project has provided me an insight on how to handle a construction project by using pop model, Gantt chart, and the building information modeling. Last but not least, I'd like to give special thanks to our group member Manson because he has indirectly taught me how to cope with extra workload in a studio group. So I would like to give special thanks to him.
Hello, I'm Manson. I would like to use 3 words to conclude this studio project. It's UFO. First, U. U stands for unusual. This project involves a lot of difficult concepts and theories as well as applications that we need to learn before really jump into this studio project. Because we haven't learned much previous knowledge about this studio project materials before, so we spend a lot of time in discovering the unusual materials on the web as well as books. F. F stands for fun. We had a lot of fun in this studio project because we have a number of different tasks that we are not involved in before. For example, writing personal reflections, doing with the models, as well as making this video. And O stands for opportunities. The project provides us with a lot of opportunities to explore what we have learned before, such as with model and 3D. And I'm really grateful for the opportunities provided by this project. I'm looking forward to more opportunities offered in the 3rd year.
I'm Matthew. After such an interactive tutorial sessions, I have learned to integrate concurrent engineering method in a collaborative setting to develop projects well and quickly. During learning the interactive concurrent engineering methods, I have picked up some essential concepts which broaden my knowledge in the field of integrated facilities, project engineering, and their visual design, construction model, building information modeling, and product organization process framework. Our team emphasized the theoretical framework of VDC because we feel that it is an appropriate approach for careful design, organization, and potentially smoothen the process if applied consistently and appropriately. My experience is that developing and applying this framework if in real situation will definitely lead to better and less expensive and more predictable project process and outcomes. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nicky. In this very scenario, what I learned the most is actually the team spirit. Before meeting 2, we don't have a good teamwork in which we just do our own parts on our own without good communication. But after the meeting with Dr. Gao Ju, we recognized our problem. We did improve by having more meetings and longer meetings and with better communication in order to make our work consistent. Other than that, I also learned more new knowledge, for example, the POP modeling. I find that it actually helps a project to present the idea in a much easier and more organized way, which will probably help me in the future career. It makes the whole image more presentable. Last but not least, I want to say thank you to all my studio group mates. Thank you.